Hello, each and every one of yous out there. I am the Dance of Life dancer, and I am a very disturbed, upset dancer this evening. Very, very disturbed with the story. I've been doing this now probably 12 years, more. And the story I'm going to tell you tonight, I've never actually heard before from any place. And trust me, I've heard some good ones, really good ones. But I have never met anybody as cold and calculating and careless, meaning they don't care about life, that I met today. And to think I actually saw this lady 4 times before I picked up on this. 4 times. That's my failing right there. But let's just get down to basics. I go to see a therapist, and this was a therapist at Comprehensive. And I'm not going to mention names or anything, and I see a therapist with stress and stress-related issues and stuff like that. Have for a long time. Run into plenty of them. But tonight, after this, I said, no more. No more therapists after this one. This is really sick, is the way I'll put it. Okay, I said to the therapist, her mother had a heart attack. She didn't tell me when. Heart attack. The therapist's mother has a heart attack. And you see, this therapist is a stickler for the book. She says the letter of the book, another her rule book, is what goes. There's no exceptions. There's nothing you can, no exceptions to the rule. No exceptions. You have to follow the letter. You know what I mean? No matter what. To the point where her mother had a heart attack once. There was no ambulance available because she was way out. There was no phone available. No way of calling anybody. So her stickler, she had to put her in the back of the car and drive her there to the hospital. And I said, well, you drove her there fast, right? No, she said, I didn't drive her fast. I would not drive fast. I would not unfollow that rule book for anything. Her mother died with a heart attack because this lady was unwilling to go 1 mile, even 1 mile per hour over the speed limit. She valued that her book, her rules, so much that she didn't care about life. Take a minute out there. She valued her rule book so much that she did not care about life. It was unimportant. Her rule book was more important. Oh, I could tell you a lot more what she said. Her rule book was more important than life. My friend, there is nothing more important than life. I don't care what it is. I do not care what it is. There's nothing more important than life. Me and this lady definitely would not get along. Definitely would not get along. She's the rule book, you know what I mean? Her idea to me and how to improve me, and get this, her idea to me is how to improve this. Number 1, I gotta follow all the rules, so to speak, her rules, you know what I mean? Number 2, I need to stop the dance alive. Heard that before. Number 3, I need to stop in this being 16 forever and being an old lady, like she's acting like she is. She's not actually old, but she sure acts like it. Hey lady, therapist, nursing home is down that way. You might want to go there with the old people. But, no, I'm not laughing at this one. I'm upset. Because this lady valued life, valued her rule book so much, she let her own mother die. Is anybody else bothered by this? That's a therapist. I have to say to myself, after that, I said, we're done. We are done. No more. That's it. After she told me, that she couldn't help me, and I wasn't allowed to talk about this and that and other stuff, you know what I mean? That, yeah, I know, you ain't gonna make sense to you. She's a rule book, you know what I mean? She was such a rule book that she let her own mother die of a heart attack because she wasn't willing to go past the speed limit because it wasn't in her rule book, so she let somebody die. I sure won't want to go over and have her help me, because I actually, to be honest with you, I sat there for 30-something minutes talking to her. I helped her. I helped her. Or did I? Because this lady's asking me, this therapist is asking me how that she could help me. Do you understand that? The therapist, so that's the therapist right there, is asking me for the plan for her to help me. I told her, you know what, just go on the corner there, let me sit in the seat, and I'll take over. Because you don't know what you're doing. And I'll tell you something, my friends, that lady needs to be taken out of commission. Because I told her, you know what, I feel so sorry for you, because you have no idea what the meaning of life is whatsoever. I also asked her, were you from, do you believe in Jesus and church and all this stuff? And, well, can you answer what that is? Of course she does. She believes in Jesus and church and all this stuff. You know what I mean? Kind of figured that would be wrapped in there because, well, I ain't get into that. But even somebody with Jesus would understand the meaning of life. They're supposed to anyway. Jeez. I need a cup of coffee after that. A strong cup of coffee, man. Really strong cup. Oh my God. I've been doing this, 13 years, and I have never heard anything as outright as that is. She let her own mother die because she wouldn't go over the speed limit. I don't just go over the speed limit, but I'm telling you something. Life is the most important thing there is. Without life, there's nothing. Not to mention her, get this, fought with me with words, you know what I mean? Back and forth for 30-something 5 minutes. The therapist fought with me back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That I'm a monotony, I'm an abomination, I'm this and I'm that. Yeah, she really said that. All of this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? The therapist said that to me. I said, lady, you need to sit down and you need to give me the book and I need to help you. I need to help her. The therapist, so to speak. When I got done, I said, we're done. I'm not going to go to see somebody that let their own mother die. Let their own mother die because they weren't willing to go to the hospital, break the speed limit. I'm sorry, my friend. To me, life is the most important thing there is. Without life, there is nothing. Does anybody see a problem in our society today? Because I'm sorry. I need a cup of coffee. Hold on. Oh, God. Oh, geez, that coffee is strong. It's just what I need. I'm telling you something, friend. If we don't repair and patch this world and straighten up the ways that the people are doing, we're all lost. Because when I hear something like that, it makes me want to sit down at this table and cry my eyes out. You know what I told her? I said, you know what? I feel so sorry for you. Because you have missed the meaning of life. You missed the brightness. You missed the beauty. You missed everything. Not to mention she's missing her mom now. Because she wouldn't go to faster than the speed limit. And her rule book, she's a rule book, man. This lady, oh my God. She said to me, there's no purpose for breaking any rule under any circumstances. Not even if your life is at stake. I'm the dance of life. I don't like to hear stuff like this. Life is the important thing. Without life, there is no rule book. You let your own mother die? That therapist out there, I hope you're listening to this. You let your own mother die in the backseat of that car because you wouldn't go the speed limit? And you want to know something? Shame on you! Oh my God, worse than that. Yes, I am upset because I'm getting tired of hearing stuff like this. There are not people out there understand the meaning of what life is about. It's about color. It's about beauty. It's the most important thing today. You can take this house away. You can take anything away there is. But life is the most important thing there is. Without it, nothing exists. There's no purpose to nothing without life. You don't sit there and let your mom die. You do not sit there and let your mom die in the back seat of a car. because you won't go over the speed limit. I'm sorry. You know, I sat out there in that car, and it was cold today. 10 minutes with my mouth hanging open. I'm sitting there looking at the therapist like this, because I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say, except I'll pray for you. You need it. I said it to her. I don't know, my friends out there. Every day I wake up, I see more horror. And I say to myself, is there something wrong with this world? Is there something wrong someplace with something or somebody? Because I see all of this beauty in the world, and all I see, with these people are ugliness. Oh my God. If people don't wake up, so you know what I mean? This world is in trouble. Life is the most important thing. Life! That's the most important thing there is. And out of 13 years, I'll tell you something, out of my whole life, I have never heard of anything as cold as that. And I've been some places, my friend. I've been down to some pretty dark places. And I'll tell you something, I haven't heard anything like that. Any of them. Not even from killers have I heard stuff like that. No, I'm sorry, I haven't heard it. Especially from a therapist. Oh my God, we need to get her out of there quickly. Because she's going to wind up telling that to somebody. They're going to let their mother die in the backseat of a car? Shame on you. That's a life, my friend. You don't destroy life. I don't care. You don't destroy life under any circumstances. That's the most outrageous tale I've ever heard of in my life. And you know what? I'm kicking myself in the you-know-where because I went to see this lady 4 times. The last time I said, we're done. I'm the dance of life. You don't talk to me. You don't tell me about destroying life because that's not okay. I'm sorry. It is not okay. So, anyway, thank you for joining me, my friends. And each and every one of you, remember, the breath of life is a gift. Each moment is yet another opportunity to share that life and beauty with others. But first, you got to understand it. You got to understand it, my friends. You got to understand its meaning. Pick up on its meaning and understand that house, that car, whatever you got is not important, but life is. Thank you for joining me. Good night.